2007 to 2014 Chevrolet Silverado Dual 6.5-inch speaker pods from CustomSpeakerPods.com. A very quick, cost-effective way to mount multiple speakers on your door panel. I'm going to show you how to install them. 2007 to 2014 Chevrolet Silverado. It's a Silverado door panel because it has the door handle on the lower part below the armrest. Very similar to the Tahoe, Escalade, Avalanche, and the Yukon, all those except the door handle on those SUVs are on top of the door panel. There is no interaction or no crossfit between the two, so if you have a Silverado, you must order the pods for the Silverado with the door handle below the armrest. Now, what options do we have? We have option 4, 6.5-inch with a tweeter. Or you can order this without the tweeter mount for a clean 6.5-inch only look. We also have dual 6.5-inch speaker pods for 6.5 and of course a 6.5. So I will show you how to install them. It's a very simple, easy process. Set it around, wiggle it, make sure you have it in the correct location. Make sure that it fits nice and tight. Then again, mark the holes for mounting. Make sure you don't forget any. Make sure you got good marks on all of them. Then also mark the location where you need to cut the door panel. Yes, cut the door panel. These are not for weak people. There. Boom. So we already got the hole cut for the single 6.5. Now we're going to cut the second hole for the dual 6.5. So just in case you bought the 6.5 and you want to upgrade to dual 6.5, it is possible. So we already have the line traced in as seen before. Now we're going to use our rotary tool with our rotary zipper bit. We're going to go ahead and cut the hole for the speaker. There we go. Hole cut for the speaker. Make sure that pod still fits on there. Get our speaker, do a test fit, make sure that everything is happy. Looks good so far. But, oh no. What has happened here is that test fitting the speaker into the speaker pod. Now, we do not have a good fit of the speaker into the speaker pod. Typically what I do is I cut the hole for the speaker mounting a little bit smaller to accommodate the majority of speakers. So if you find that your hole is too small, there's two things we can do. First thing, before you order the speaker pods, if you know what size speaker you're going to use, what speaker you're going to use, you can leave a comment in the special instructions section of the order form. Leave the cutout diameter of the speaker in that section. I'll be able to cut the hole the right size for what you need so the speaker will fit perfectly. Now, if the speaker does not fit, what you can do is take your pencil, determine how much material you need to remove. Draw a line around. Using your finger as a guide, so you know how much material to remove. Do that on both of them. Make sure you do not remove too much material. You can always go back and take more off. You can't add material on. So, the whole way around. Now that you have the line the whole way around, we can then use our rotary tool with the sanding drum attachment that has come with the rotary tool kit, and use that to remove the material. So we have our line drawn to remove material for the speaker mounting diameter. We have our sanding drum attached to our rotary tool. We can then cut and sand up to the line. Be sure to have the tool on the inside. If the tool is on the outside and you slip, it will go across the speaker pod, damaging the finish. If you're on the inside and you slip, it'll go onto the inside, no problem. The other thing to make sure is that you go against the rotation of the tool. What this does is it allows the material as being removed to fall off. If you go back the other way, the material builds up and it's really hard to remove. So just a quick tip. Also, important safety tip, the plastic coming off while sanding is very, very hot. It will burn the snot out of you. That's why I'm wearing gloves. That's done. Do a quick test fit. Make sure the speaker sits flush onto the speaker pod. We are good. And then we will do the other hole and we'll be ready to mount the pod. So we got both holes opened up to accept the speaker to make sure that the speaker sits flush onto the pod. We have marked all of the mounting holes for the speaker pod to mount to the door panel. Now we're going to go ahead and drill the rest of the holes, the mounting holes, making sure that we are centered in the mark with the correct size drill bit. And always double check to make sure you have a mark and not a piece of dirt or some extra stuff before you drill, because you cannot undrill. Double check, verify to make sure that all of the holes are drilled correctly. And all of them are drilled. We got those, that one, and that one. Next, now that the holes are drilled, we are able to install the speaker pod using the provided hardware that came with the speaker pods. That includes all of the screws, place the screws, and once all the screws are in place, you can go back from the back side, install the nuts with your wrench and your screwdriver, get everything snug, tightened down to the point where the two pieces of plastic come together, but do not over tighten because you do not want to break the speaker pod or the door panel. Just enough to make sure that everything is snug together and tight so there is no rattles. So now we have our speaker pod mounted. We have the screws installed. We have D's in the back tightened up. D's what? You got it. We have the holes cut in the door panel to allow the speaker magnet to go back through the door panel. We have the holes opened up the correct size for the speaker. Now we will take the speaker, set it in place, get everything lined up at the angle in which you want it. If you want to mount it like that, cool. Mount it like that, even better. Take our pencil. We're going to mark the mounting holes for the speaker. Do the same thing on the other one. Get everything lined up. Mark the mounting holes. Then remove the speaker using the correct drill bit and drill. Ensure that we are using a drill bit that is the same size as the root diameter of the screw, not the threads, just the part that goes down the middle. Drill the hole, center on the marks. Then, make sure you have all the debris out of the way. Make sure the speakers are clean. Place a speaker, line up the holes, then install the screws. Now, install the screws. Want to make sure that we are gently going in the hole, slowly going in the hole. Do not use your power drill to tighten all the way up. We need to make sure we have the correct amount of torque when we get to the final depth. Use a power drill, you may run the risk of stripping the plastic. Then, with a manual hand type old-timey screwdriver, cinch them down just enough.